Social media can be overwhelming, okay? I'm going to another point here. It can be overwhelming, but it can also be very lucrative. Some people want to be on all the platforms. There's no need for you to be active on all the platforms. You don't want to be the jack of all trades. It's better for you to do something well than to do a lot of things and do it in a shabby way. So what I advocate and what most good coaches advocate is just select 2 social media platforms that you love the most. And not just that you love the most, that you believe that your niche group belongs to. We're going to talk later about niche group. You can put an asterisk on niche group for now. That is very important. For you to be able to monetize anything, you need to figure out what your niche group is. So 2 social media platforms is enough. In fact, if you only have one and you really work on that one, you focus on it, you can make money from it. But being on like 4 or 5 or 6 social media platforms, trying to manage them all, it's not going to work. So what I advocate is either Instagram or Facebook, okay, depending on your niche group and what you like. And then either a podcast or YouTube, and I'm going to come back to that in a second. And then as an extra, as additional, you guys know what I'm going to say as the third one, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a must for every woman. It doesn't matter whether you sell cakes or you sell lipstick or you sell wigs. Selling wigs is a business, okay? It doesn't have to be, LinkedIn is not only for corporate people. Can we quickly switch our mindset around that? Because I've coached some women who have, other businesses and they're saying, oh, I didn't even think that I would be good for LinkedIn. Yes, you have a business. LinkedIn it's for business and it's professional. It doesn't matter as long as you have a business, right? And you've incorporated the business. Obviously, I don't know if you're doing some kind of shady business, you may want to rethink before making yourself available on LinkedIn. Yes, some people don't incorporate their businesses. They operate their businesses through Cash App and Venmo, and they don't have a tax ID number. You don't want to do that on LinkedIn because the IRS will find you out, okay? And you don't even want to do that anywhere because that's illegal. But as long as you have a corporation, you have an LLC or corporation, you have a tax ID number, you're doing business legally, it doesn't matter if you're selling Botox needles or whatever you're selling. You can be on LinkedIn as long as it's a legitimate business. So guys, women, men don't think like this. You have to be on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is your extra one. And then I would say choose 1 or 2. The reason that I like to couple up a speaking platform like YouTube or podcast is because speaking is such a relevant skill. You guys know I'm going to talk about speaking all through this masterclass. If you don't speak, you can't have a business. Even if there's no social media today, if you want to go and rent a shop down the street and start selling groceries, right? Or start selling fabrics, aren't you going to talk to your customers when they come in? You're going to talk to them. So speaking is a vital skill if you want to make money. So this is why I encourage women to have either Instagram or Facebook as a must, of course, and then as a must, either have a YouTube or a podcast, and as a must have LinkedIn. But you don't need to have all of them because you will just stress yourself out and you'll be overwhelmed. Okay, so those are 2 gems. Okay, actually, there's 1 third gem that I want. These are kind of they don't belong to anything I wanted to talk about, but I wanted to say them. First thing is email list. Second thing is how many social media platforms you should have. Third thing is how many Instagram pages should you have? From my research, okay, yes, 1. Dr. Falake is giving us the answer. From my research, okay, from reading over the years, from everything that I know, 1. Some women will argue it. Some women will say more than 1. That's fine. But what I'm saying is, and there's some people I'm going to pick on today. So get ready for that. We're going to talking about our Instagram pages in a second. You're duplicating the same content on all your pages. You're wasting your time. You're duplicating the same content on all your pages. What's the point? I think this is old school thinking. I think when Instagram first started, it was a thing that people would have personal page and business page. Branding is you in totality. Okay, we might as well define branding now. Branding is you in totality. Branding is how you differentiate yourself from other people in totality. It is your unique self, your personal and your business and your professional self, differentiated from other people, making you unique and making you an authority in whatever it is that you're positioning yourself for. I don't have to prepare myself to define branding. I can define it from a long sleep. I didn't prepare for the definition of branding. That's because I know the keywords. Branding is positioning, it's differentiation, it's specializing, it's unique, it's you in totality, right? It's being set apart. Okay, so if you are then having disjointed pages everywhere, personal page, business page, this page, how are people going to learn about you? You cannot make money until you build a brand. Write that down, with ladies. You cannot make money on social media until you build a brand. If you're not getting clients today, it's because you haven't built a brand. People have to know who you are, what you stand for. They have to trust you before they can trust you with their money. You can't just appear one day and say you want to start coaching women. No, because you haven't built a brand. And some of the ladies who've bought my Live Well Now coaching package, this is for you. I'm not going to pick you out here, but this is for some of you, not all. The reason why you're not leveraging what I've taught you is because you're not focusing on building a brand. The clients are not going to come from anywhere. They're not just going to come out because you're a coach. No, you have to build. This is why branding is so important. If you don't position yourself, differentiate yourself in your own unique standing, nobody's going to buy from you. Okay? So guys, this is my advice. Again, like I said, if I teach you 10 things and you only do 5 of them, it may not work for you. But I'm going to pick a couple people out, and those people probably know who they are, because a few of you have multiple pages, and I have gone and poked my nose in all of your pages. You're duplicating yourself. All your 3 pages have basically the same content. So what's the point? So you get that. That's my advice to you. 1 page. When you start earning 50,000 a month, okay, on that 1 page, do whatever you want. I'll give you a handshake and say, you're making money, so off you go. Do what you can have 10 pages, you can have whatever you want. Tony Robbins did not start making money by having 10 pages everywhere. He built a brand, right? Everybody knows who Tony Robbins is. If Tony Robbins is coming in here now, we'll all say, come and talk to us, come and coach us. Because he has built a brand, he's a household name. I'm not saying all of us have to become Tony Robbins before we can make money, obviously not. But you guys get what I'm doing. If people come to your page, we're going to talk about that in a second, and they can't quickly figure out what it is that you do, they're on to the next person. So those of you who have bought my Live Well Now coaching package and you're having trouble finding clients, I'm telling you the answer now. It's because you haven't built your brand properly and you have not implemented everything that I have taught you. You have not. So you guys get what I'm saying, okay?